I am a fan of both One Piece and Pokémon. I have wondered if the Straw Hat crew had their own Pokémon teams, what would they be? I have come up with Pokémon teams that in my opinion fit them the best. I am Dino Boy, and let's get into this. We will begin with the latest member, and one of the most beloved member, G-Bay. G-Bay is a fishman and a former sun pirate and warlord. He was asked to join the Straw Hats at Fishman Island, but officially joined the crew in 1-0. As G-Bay is a fishman and can use fishman karate, most of his Pokemon would be water type. Swampert is a very powerful Pokemon with a great typing. Two of the Pokemon Urshifu and Poliwrath have an extra fighting type to go with G-Bay's skills. G-Bay is a whale shark fishman. There are currently no whale shark Pokemon, but Sharpedo is an actual shark and Dondoso looks like one, as well as how G-Bay is similar to a Don. The Solrock is a reference to the Sun Pirates, as well as Luffy is the Sun God and will bring the dawn of the world. Next is everyone's favorite perverted skeleton, Brook. Brook is a 90-years-old musician who had been revived by the power of his Revive fruit. As Brook loves music, most of these Pokemon are music-based. Jigglypuff's Pokédex entry says about how it sings a lullaby. Example in Pokemon Red and Blue, it states, when its huge eyes light up, it sings a mysteriously soothing melody that lulls its enemies to sleep. Exploud is a living speaker and Kricketune looks like a violin. Lapra's Soul Silver Pokédex states that it ferries people across the sea on its back. It may sing an enchanting cry if it is in a good mood. And its Sun Pokédex entry states that its high intelligence enables it to comprehend human speech. When it's in a good mood, it sings in its beautiful voice. Similar to how pirates sing sea shanties, and how he sings pink sake. Houndstone is a ghost-type Pokemon that looks like a skeleton dog, which would most likely be a skeleton's best friend. The Whalelord is a reference to Brook's whale friend Laboon. Brook's main goal to sail around the Grand Line in order to get to the other side of the Red Line, in order to see Laboon and fulfill his promise. Next is the Straw Hat's super hard-boiled shipwright, Frankie. Frankie is a cyborg who built the Thousand Sunny, but he is very flashy and shows off with a lot of confidence, making him very hard-boiled. As Frankie is a cyborg, most of these Pokemon are similar to Frankie. This was made much easier when Gen 9 was released with the Future Paradox Pokemon from Pokemon Violet. Iron Hands and Golurk are both similar to Frankie in appearance, as Iron Hands is a cyborg while Golurk is a golem that is possessed by a ghost. Golurk is also a reference to the Ancient Kingdom and the ancient weapons. Armarouge and Scizor are a reference to his weapons, like how Armarouge can turn his shoulder pads into a cannon. While Iron Thorns is a reference to mecha-robots like Frankie Shogun. Iron Moth is like the sun, which is a reference to his greatest creation, the Thousand Sunny. Next is the adorable Dr. Tony Chopper. Chopper is a reindeer who ate the human fruit, which gave him the intelligence of a human. His goal is to become the world's greatest doctor. Chopper loves sweet things like cotton candy, so alchemy and Vanillux makes sense. Vanillux also references his home island, Drum Island. Blissey and Audino are usually related to the health care in the Pokemon universe. As Chopper is a reindeer, he has a Sawsbuck, but a spring-formed Sawsbuck which has cherry blossoms on its antlers, which is a reference to Dr. Hilaric and the Sakura flag. While the Reuniclus is based on cells, which will help Chopper in his career. Next is the Straw Hat best girl, Nico Robin. Robin is the archaeologist of the Straw Hat crew. She loves history. She also has a dark sense of humor. As a result, half of her Pokemon will be ghost type. As she is an archaeologist, she would most likely would have unknown Cophagrigus and Rhinorigus, as they are related to history. The Cophagrigus' multiple arms are also a reference to her flower fruit. Robin also finds things that are ugly cute, like that time she said the Cerberus at Thriller Bark was cute. This is why she has a Pergly and Grimmsnarl. And the Spiritome is basically all of the qualities. Next up is the sniper Usopp. Usopp's main goal is to become a great warrior of the sea. He also is well known for many of his lies, most of which became true. As Usopp is a sniper, Intelion is most likely the best one for him. Siftree is based on the Japanese yokai the Tengu, which looks like Usopp. Same reason I gave Grimmsnarl, but also its Gigantamax form looks like a giant. Usopp is interested with giants and their way of life. Braviary represents his goal of becoming a brave warrior of the sea. The Sea King is a reference to Usopp's first lie that came true, the giant goldfish. The Wooloo is supposed to represent the going merry. Next is the Straw Hat Navigator Nami. Nami is the most important member to the crew, as without her the whole crew would be lost. She can determine the best path to go on adventures on, and even determine the weather. Her Climatact allows her to control the weather to a small degree. Nami's one true love is money, and so Goldingo, which evolves after collecting 999 Gimmigall coins, and Persian is somewhat related to the Mafia, as it was a Pokémon owned by Giovanni. Nami also uses seduction in order to get out of situations earlier in life, and Nami sails the seas, so I gave Primarina and Serena. Nami can use the weather to help in her battles with her Climatact and Zeus, so she has a cast form. Her final Pokemon is Probopass, which is a compass, which is an important tool for navigation. Up next is Luffy's left-hand man Sanji, the best cook in all of the 4 blues, and the biggest simp as well. Sanji is very kind to any women, and will never harm any. He also hates people who disrespects food, and will attack those who do. Sanji has a Blaziken, which is a reference to Sanji's Diablo Jambe, as Blaziken can learn Blaze Kick. It is also a fire type, which will help to heat and cook food. Along with Blaziken, Arboliva, Garganacl, and Dondoso also has something to do with cooking. Arboliva can give olives, olive oil, Garganacl can give salt, and Dondoso is a sushi chef. Sanji's simp nature is referenced through Gardevoir, and Lopunny for obvious reasons. Next up is the right-hand man Morinoa Zoro. Zoro is the second person Luffy recruited to join his crew. He fights with 3 swords and loves sake. He also has a poor sense of direction, as his goal is to defeat Mihawk and become the world's greatest swordsman. As such, his Pokemon are mainly Pokemon with blades. Kingambit, Aegislash, Gallade, Baxcalibur, and Sirfetch'd are all Pokemon that use blades or as a sword. Sirfetch'd and Gallade also reflect Zoro's gallant personality, while the Probopass reflects Zoro's awful sense of direction, as this mon might help him find his way around. And finally, the main character Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy is a fun-loving adventurer who wants to sail the world to find the One Piece to become the Pirate King. His first Pokemon is Infernape. Luffy's surname is Monkey, and Infernape is a monkey. It is also a fighting type, which is one thing Luffy loves to do. The fire type references both Ace and Luffy's attacks Red Hawk and Red Rock. The Pyroar and Solrock represent Luffy, who is the sun god. The Pyroar also resembles the Thousand Sunny. The Empoleon, Pyroar, and Tyrantrum are somewhat based on royalty. Similarly, how Luffy is an emperor of the sea, and he wants to become the Pirate King. The Breloom can stretch its body like Luffy's rubber ability. Like its Pokédex states that its short arms stretch when it throws punches. Its technique is equal to that of pro boxers. That's my version of the Straw Hat's Pokemon. If you have your own ideas, say so in the comments. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And have a good day.